Planet Vero Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach. She is a beauty influencer from New York City who commands attention.
He is a lawyer born and raised in Florida who lays down the law.
And together they are The Lady and the Law. Here are your hosts of The Lady and the Law, Cindy Grossman and Mitchell Goldman.
Hello, Cindy Grossman. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Mitchell Goldman?
Beauty influencer. I like that.
Yeah.
New York City, couldn't tell. And who's our special engineer today?
Yes.
Hey, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Looking a little different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Decided to shave for the occasion.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're very honored. And not only honored to have a clean shaven Jesse, but we're honored to have a special guest today who I have known this person for more than half my life.
Wow.
We were counting the other day, and we've known each other for more than half of our respective lives.
Wow.
I don't know whether that's good or not, but
It's a long time.
it shows you, oh, well, they can't get rid of us. Anyway, our guest today is Barry Forbes, a great guy, good friend of mine. Barry is a commercial banker with Seaside Bank in Brevard County. They serve, the state of Florida there and other states as well. But Barry's based in Brevard. Barry's lived in Brevard all his life. He's a native Floridian. I always like to tell this story that growing up, on the textbooks, I would note there was somebody named John B. Forbes. He was the finance director of the Brevard County schools. And once I started to get to know Barry, I realized that's his father. So I like to tease Barry about that. Barry graduated from UCF. His office used to overlook mine right across the street when he was in Cocoa Village. And Barry's a great guy, worked for a lot of different kind of banks, some national banks, regional banks, medium-sized banks. So he has a great perspective on banking. Very active in Brevard County, very community-oriented person that he is. Very caring of his clientele. He's had clients, some I know more than 20 years, and that's a tribute to Barry. Today, what Barry and I would like to talk about is the application process. And basically, someone wants to maybe borrow money from a bank, a commercial loan. What does it take? What makes a good application? Why does an application get rejected? What should the borrower do? What should the borrower not do? So very easy questions for you, Barry. You start where you want to start. I'll be nice.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the opportunity to be here. This is pretty cool. I didn't know you did all this, Mitch.
Well, it's my wife. She's inspiring me.
They you got him out of using a typewriter and, that little adding machine on his desk. But yeah, it's the biggest issue with the application process for a commercial loan is to make sure that you're honest with your banker. I think that one of the biggest there's a number of things that we've identified as important in choosing and approving a loan, but the most important one is character. So, being as honest and as accurate with the information that you provide to the banker is extremely important. I mean, I've had occasions where somebody's applied and then they come back and started asking questions and they came back and they said, "Oh no, that wasn't the right information. Let me give you this." And at some point you just really negatively impact your credibility with the banker. The other issue is to make sure you have very accurate financial information and that it's complete, that it makes sense, that it's that a balance sheet actually balances. It's always a good thing. That you have an understanding of your business, that you can explain why you want the funds and what the not just what the purpose is, but also how it's going to positively impact your business and how it's going to help you fulfill your mission as a company.
Barry, what is a business plan, and is that part of the loan application that one would submit?
Well, it is. I think it's important to be able to articulate, why you're successful as a business. I think most banks would rather lend money to people who have had success in the past and are going to leverage that success to either buy a new piece of equipment, to buy a building, to do something that is in line with their expertise and is going to continue to expand upon that. But a business, and sometimes a business plan is really just based upon a conversation between a banker and a client. It's explaining, why you're in business, how you're in business, how you operate, how you win, and competing with other people in your industry, et cetera. So I think but a business plan is really helpful and really necessary when you're applying as a new business, and a lot of times that's supported by things like SBA guarantees or, some other kind of credit enhancement. And in those cases, it is very important. But in most cases where you have an existing business and you're looking to, continue to operate in a similar manner, most of the time that business plan is really just based on a conversation with the banker and being able to, articulate what how you win, how you compete, how you are successful, and why you think you'll be successful in the future.
Now, how does someone interested in obtaining a loan come to find you? Is it a referral? Do they have to go through a loan broker, a mortgage broker? How does that work? Or what is your experience? And what do you see?
In my experience, most of the time it's through referrals from existing clients. I think that is usually the best way for a banker to go find a loan. If you're an individual and you're looking for financing, asking business associates who they work with, who's been good to work with. Loan brokers often, there's a lot of banks that won't work with loan brokers because they don't have a lot of contact with the client directly. There's a lot of packaging and, there's a little more suspicion with a loan broker sometimes than there is with somebody who's coming in directly, particularly if it's a referral from a good client, somebody they know, somebody they can kind of, not so much vouch for, but just at least identify as being a legitimate business person. So,
in the loan process, do you go out and see the client's business, view the business? Do you do that often, or at some point you do that? When do you do that in the process?
Usually in the process, it's it's as early as you possibly can, I think, because that really gives you a lot of context for everything else, including the financial information. I mean, I think that I've been doing this, as you mentioned, a long time, and my experience was always, you need to know your client very well, and you need to see them in their place of business. You need to understand that it actually exists if you don't know them. But it's as early as you can, but you definitely, as a banker, is going to come out, see your business, meet your employees, meet your, some of your other key employees, and, really get a better feel and an understanding of, how you operate and where you operate from. I think that's a very, very important aspect of it, of the underwriting process.
How long does it take usually? Is there a set time frame or a goal where after someone submits an application, they get approval, disapproval, approval with conditions? How long does it usually take?
I I think if you have an experienced and banker, a lot of times it can be, that first indication can be given as soon as you give them the financial information and they're able to review it. As you and I've talked about, most of when I collect financial information from somebody, I don't normally, I don't want to open it and look at it in front of them unless they're going to present it to me. And I don't usually do it in the parking lot of their business. But at the first stoplight, I want to look. And they're in most occasions, you can pretty much tell at that point whether there's from a financial standpoint, if you have the possibility of being able to make that loan. But to get full approval and to go through and say that, hey, yes, we can do this, I think it's, a week or two is reasonable for most loan applications.
Okay. Barry, that's a good point. Let's take a break here, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
The law offices of Goldman, Monahan, Tucker, and Bettine is here to help you with your personal legal challenges, business needs, and real estate matters. Since 1984, we have assisted countless numbers of Florida individuals and businesses with their legal issues, from trusts and estates, wills, real estate, and civil or criminal litigation. We pride ourselves on maintaining lifelong client relationships and would appreciate the opportunity to assist you and your family as well. Please call 321-639-1320 for further information on the law offices of Goldman, Monahan, Tucker, and Bettine. I'm a non-attorney spokesman.
Don't sweat in your boxers. Call the AC Doctors at 344-3944.
York, install confidence. Contact the AC Doctors, acdoctorsinc.com. Revive Vero Beach, located next to Anytime Fitness on Oslo Road and 27th Avenue, has everything you need to look and feel your best, including hormone replacement therapy, stem cell therapy, sexual wellness, weight loss, laser aesthetics, hair, tattoo, and skin spot removal, Botox and fillers, cryotherapy, comprehensive blood work, and everybody's favorite, ozone and IV therapy. Refresh, renew, and revitalize yourself at Revive today. Call 772-492-6607. A member of the iTex trading community. Your iTex dollars are welcome.
Right now at Sunshine Furniture, it's New Year sale time. We're clearing our warehouses to make room for new styles, and this means you can save on selected in-stock furniture from Lloyd Flanders, Beechcraft, Windward, Riverside, Universal, Capri, Telescope, and more. Sofas, dining sets, patio groups, occasional chairs, cabinets, bedroom sets, tables, lots of pieces on sale for inside and out. At Sunshine Furniture, we have the largest selection of coastal furniture anywhere, including a gallery of Lexington, Tommy Bahama Home, and Universal Coastal Living collections. Visit Sunshine Furniture now for our New Year sale. Also, all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in Vero Beach. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com, and don't forget to shop our outlet and sales store just across the street.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Have a sunshine day. Sunshine.
Affordable Water continues to offer you the best water on the Treasure Coast. Earn a competitive salary and a 401k, working weekdays as a delivery driver or water treatment tech. To apply, stop in at Affordable Water in Sebastian at 645 Old Dixie Highway.
Need an enlightening pick-me-up? Visit Kristen and Cindy at Skinergy to energize your skin and keep it looking fabulous forever. Kristen can help with hair removal, sugaring to keep your whole body smooth and conditioned. Kristen will help you refresh and defend your skin while giving you a customized facial. Cindy helps skinergize and get you camera ready for your everyday look or special occasion. Visit Kristen and Cindy at Skinergy. Find them on Facebook under the Skinergy Squad.
And we're back with Cindy Grossman, beauty influencer from New York extraordinaire, and our clean-shaven engineer, Jesse, who we're starting to recognize now, and my good friend, Barry Forbes. And we're talking about the loan application process, how we make it better, what we can do, and let's make it easier for the client and for the banker as well. So Barry, I think you made a good point. once you see the financials, you have a good sense about whether this loan is going to go forward or not. I think a lot of bankers, maybe without your knowledge and expertise, they just seem to want to get in an application, maybe throw it against the wall. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. They move on. But I know that's not the best way for the bank. I don't think it's the best way for the customer.
No, I think that it's important to I mean, this is somebody's livelihood. I mean, it's their business, something they're very proud of, something that they've worked a very long time to establish, something they hope maybe to provide to their children. And it's important, and it's I think that a banker owes everybody a level of respect and a level of consideration that is that preserves that kind of dignity. And I think that it's unfortunate that that's not always the case in our industry. And I think if you can't approve something, explaining why is one of the most important things we do, and to help people understand what they need to change to be able to obtain the kind of capital that they may need to move forward in their business. One of the things that I try to explain to clients is that we're providing financing. We're not an equity partner, and our return is limited to our interest, but our risk is potentially to lose the entirety of our investment in that loan. So, we have to have a significantly lower risk position than somebody who is an equity investor. And I think that's important for borrowers to understand. And it's not a matter of us not having faith in their business, not believing that they're going to be successful. It's a matter of us having to match our risk level with the return that we have a potential to gain in that transaction. But yeah, it's I think it's important to really communicate well with the client, and I think more so when you can't provide the financing than when you are able to provide it.
And reasons that you can't provide the financing may be that particular industry, in relation to what the bank has a willingness to loan toward. Is that something, or what are reasons you say no?
Well, a lot of times, and I like to to kind of explain it this way, is that we are trying to provide financing based upon future cash flows, and in most cases, we look back at what historic cash flows have been and project those into the future. And in some cases where there's new contractual work, or where there's a trend upwards, it's easy to project that those cash flows could potentially increase. But in most cases, we're looking at trying to ensure that they're going to be replicated in the future. And so if those cash flows that have occurred historically on a regular basis are not sufficient to service their existing debts, to make the existing payments and to make the new payments on the loan, that's the most common reason for a decline of a loan. Other issues can be that we may need to amortize to have the loan repaid quicker than what the client would want because of the risk position and the lack potentially of collateral that can serve as a secondary source of repayment. And there are some occasions where we're asked to provide financing in industries that we don't have a lot of confidence in their continuity and success. So there are some that are more difficult to lend in than others. But in most cases, if you've had good, strong, consistent cash flows over a long period of time, leveraging those cash flows with financing in the future, and how long you can set those payments up as is is generally a function of how long you've been generating those cash flows, and then secondly, what kind of collateral you can offer as a secondary source of repayment.
And I know if Barry has to turn someone down, as he said, he'll explain why, what the potential customer can do to enhance their ability to get a loan in the future. But like our firm, we don't do everything. We don't. So we refer them to someone else, another attorney that may be able to help them. And I know Barry refers potential clients, to other banks that may be more suitable for the current financial situation that this particular borrower has. So I think that's very important, that we can't help you today, but we care and we want to help you in the future. But today, the biggest help we can give you is to refer you to someone else.
Right.
So
yeah, that's accurate. Yeah, there's some institutions that do, a great job with SBA loans. We do SBA loans. I'll be the first to admit I'm not great at it. I haven't done a lot of them. There are institutions that have a greater appetite for doing unsecured financing than we do, and yeah, I think it's important to know that financial network, and all of us as bankers at one time probably worked together, so it's easy to to refer to good people and to help everybody as much as you can. So
yeah, it's not hard. Do the right thing, and your clients will appreciate it. And if you can't help them today, they'll remember that you tried to help and you did the right thing. And maybe tomorrow or next year or 5 years when we're still around, whatever, it's all good.
Right.
We'll remember. Now, Barry, if someone would like to talk to you specifically, how do they find you? How do they get in touch with you?
Well, I work for Seaside Bank. Our office is in the Avenues in Vieira. I mean, the easiest way to find us is we're between First Watch and Blaze Pizza. So we're there with a lot of restaurants. But and you can contact me on my generally on my cell phone in most cases, which is the easiest way to reach me, or or just call the office.
You want to give them the number? If no office.
Yeah, my cell phone number. Well, I can give you my cell phone number. I don't care. Everybody in the county has it. I've been working here for 30 years. It's 321-795-0621, and that's the best way to reach me, quite honestly. But it's it's a lot of fun. I've got to meet so many interesting people and work with great people like you, Mitch, and we've seen a lot over the years, and it's so fun to be involved in different businesses, different industries, different approaches to business. Look at how they've incorporated their family into businesses and do all that over the years, and it really is a relationship oriented industry that has been very rewarding for me. I've been able to support my family and to like I said, just make some great friendships over the years. So,
yes, we have. We've been very fortunate. Thanks so much for joining us today, Barry. We had a lot of fun. I hope people learned, and I'll be seeing you soon, I know. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Barry.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
Good to see you.